Let's look at Chapter 8, Lesson 9, Practice, Subtracting Decimals. Complete the table. You might use the grids to help you find the difference. So we have the total minus the gray equals the white. The total is how many little cubes there are in all. So for number 1, you can see that there's 37 shaded in. I have 30 white and 7 gray. But they want to know how many white ones there are. So we're going to try to subtract without using the pictures, but we can use the pictures if we need help. So number 2, I have total 61 hundredths shaded in, so that means 61 cubes. I need to subtract 1 cube from 61 cubes, and I know that 61 hundredths minus 1 hundredth is going to be 60 hundredths. I could have also lined them up and subtracted if I needed to do that. Where I have 61 hundredths minus 1 hundredth, I have 0, 6, bring down the decimal. That works if you need to line it up. For number 3, I have 89 hundredths minus 9 hundredths. So looking at this, I have 89 minus 9, and you should be able to do it in your head that you have 80 hundredths left. Number 4, 26 hundredths minus 6 hundredths. So looking at this, I'm subtracting 6 hundredths from the hundredth spot, which is where the 6 is. So 26 minus 6 is going to be 20 hundredths. 94 hundredths minus 4 hundredths. So I'm looking at the 4's, and I'm going to subtract 4 minus 4, and I get 0. 9 minus 0 is going to be 9. Bring down your decimal point, and you have 90 hundredths. 25 hundredths minus 5 hundredths is going to be 20 hundredths. 88 hundredths minus 8 hundredths is 80 hundredths. 53 hundredths minus 3 hundredths is going to be 50 hundredths. And 42 hundredths minus 2 hundredths is 40 hundredths. Keep in mind that you are subtracting in order to find out how much white space there is. For number 10, I'm going to write the numbers from the total column, which is the first column, in order from smallest to largest. So I need to look for the smallest one. So I'm first going to compare by looking at the 10th position, which is the first digit to the right of the decimal. So I have a 3, 6, 8, 2, 9, 2, 8, 5, and 4. And I can see that number 6 has a 2 and number 4 has a 2. Well, now I go to the next number, which is a 6 or 5 in the hundredth spot. So I have 6 or 5. Which one's greater? I know that 6 is greater than 5. So the smallest would be 25 hundredths and then 26 hundredths. Go ahead and cross out the numbers so you know that you've dealt with them. Now I'm going to look at the other ones where I have 3, 6, 8, 9, 8, 5, and 4. I know that 3 comes after 2, so I'm going to have 37 hundredths as my next number. Now going forward, I have a 4 in the 10th spot, which would be 40 hundredths or 42 hundredths in this case. Now I have a 5 in the 10th spot, so 52 hundredths. Then I have a 6, 61 hundredths. And I have 2 8s. I have a 88 and an 89. I know that 89 is greater than 88 because the 9 is higher than 8 if I'm looking at the hundredth spot. So I'm going to first write 88 hundredths because I'm going smallest to largest. And then I'm going to write 89 hundredths. My last number is going to be 94 hundredths. Now looking at these, you can first compare the 10th spot, which is the first digit to the right of the decimal. And if those are the same, then you compare the hundredth spot. Half of a dollar is 50 cents. How much is 3/4 of a dollar? Explain your reasoning. Well, I know if half of a dollar is 50 cents, then I'm going to be able to cut this up into 4 pieces. It's already in 2, so you only have to draw 2 more lines. I know that half of 50 cents is 25, so each piece is now worth 25. I want to have 3 of these. I know that 25 times 3 is going to be 75 cents. Make sure that you show your work or have a written explanation of how you know.